Okay guys, so now we remove these little filler caps. There's two of them. Now your engine might have, like I have on this one without a dipstick and one with a dipstick. The dipstick one is the important one. If they both have dipstick, that's okay, but there must be at least one with a dipstick. Okay? So we're going to pull them out. You only need to pull one out, but I pulled them out, both out to demonstrate. Now we're going to get the appropriate funnel. We're going to place it inside the one of these holes. It doesn't matter which one, they both lead to the same location. And this is the oil that we saved from the first step, right? We drained the oil. That was the first exact step. And we go ahead and fill it. Now, before you do that, make sure you have some rags. Odds are you're probably going to spill a little bit. It's pretty common. Okay, you stick some on both sides. And you have yourself an oil pan. Because when I pull this out, this is going to be dripping. I don't want to put this on the table. I'm going to throw it in the oil pan, let it drip in the oil pan. All right? So go ahead, let's pour this in, and we're going to pour it in slowly. Now, something that I talk about with all my students is oil cans are specifically designed in such a manner where the hole on the can or the bottle is off to one side. It's not like a water bottle. It's off to one side. Most people pour them like this. They're designed to be poured like this. Now, it's not going to make that much of a difference in this demonstration because I'm going to pour very slowly, and this hole is very large. Some of them are very small. Okay, so we're going to pour that in there. The funnel is off. These funnels, you can turn them on. There you go. And it's going to pour slowly because there is a filter mesh in the engine there. But we pour all the oil in, and then we have to double check our level. Okay, guys, very important. Have your teacher double check your level. If you need more oil, then you can get some. Odds are you might be a little bit low on oil because when we take the engine apart, the engine has a little bit of oil in it. But as we disassemble parts like the crankshaft and the front cover, some of the oil comes out. It leaks a little bit on the table, right? So we'll let that drain. It takes some time. Okay guys, so now the oil has come from our funnel. It's all inside the engine. We're going to double check the level. So I got my fill hole with the dipstick. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to place it inside the engine here. Screw it all the way in. I don't have to be tight, just as long as it goes all the way down. Pull it up and double check my level. And it's right at looks like it's right here about halfway. Okay, so let me wipe it clean and double check my level. Make sure. If there's not enough oil in this engine, it won't start. It has a level sensor right here. There's a sensor right here, and it measures how much oil. If there's not enough, then it's a safety precaution. It won't start the engine at all. There's not going to be any spark, which is a good precaution to have. Okay, let's do this again. Yeah, look at that, it's pretty low. Look, it's all the way down at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to add some more oil. All right, here we go. So I got a little bit more oil here. Okay, and like I said before, we talked about the fill hole off to one side. It's designed to be poured this way. Just going to pour a little bit, let it drain down to the bottom. Remember, this funnel is pretty slow. It's got a little mesh there. So no particulates get in there, no rocks and dirt and stuff. So we'll let that drain and we'll double check it in a second. Okay, let's double check this engine oil level. Remember, I wiped the dipstick before I put it in. And you see there it's about half full. So we got to add more oil. All right, let's keep at it. Okay guys, now we put the oil in. We're pretty sure that there's enough because a little bit spilled out on the opposite side. We're going to stick the dipstick in, thread it all the way in, and we're going to thread it all the way out, screw it all the way out. And you can see there, we're all the way at the top with the oil. Okay, so we're full. All right, we're good. Make sure your teacher sees this. You don't want to try and start this engine with minimal amount of oil. You got both sides closed. You got your oil rags, just get rid of them. Now, we're going to put some gasoline in there, and we're going to call for 200 milliliters of fuel, of gasoline. All right? Now, we're going to switch funnels. We're going to use a specific funnel for that. We don't want to mix funnels, okay, guys? So I took the gasoline, I put it in a measuring cup here. It's roughly 200 mil, and I took it directly from our what we call a jerry can, okay? So it's a storage facility for our fuel, and that's in the flammable liquids cabinet. So take a fuel, you gotta make sure you got your safety glasses on for this one. We don't want to get anything splashed up in our eyes, okay? And you pour it in slowly. Okay? All right. Let that be. And we get our cap here. And that's it. And now your teacher's gonna help you start the engine. Okay, once you have your fuel in there, you're done. The engine's completely assembled. Your teacher's gonna help you start the engine. Congratulations, you're finished.